What's up, everybody? My name is Matt, and I like Formula One. If you like Formula One, you have found the right place. I like Formula One, and I like to talk about Formula One. And more than that, I don't have anybody to talk to about Formula One. I live in America. Not a lot of people like Formula One. Even still, there's not a lot of people to talk to about Formula One. So, if you live in America, and you like Formula One, or maybe your family doesn't like Formula One like me, or your friends don't like Formula One like me, guess what? We have each other, okay? You're not alone. So if you're here, I want you to know that I'm here for you. And hopefully you're here for me, okay? If anywhere you guys find me, anywhere, you guys can hit me up and talk to me about Formula One anytime. I love the sport. I love Formula One. And I'm creating these videos, I'm creating this content in hopes that I just have people to talk to about Formula One. That's all I want. Anyways, let's get into it. I want to talk to everybody about it. Kimi Antonelli, everyone. Oh, my boy Kimi, leading the championship in points. Japanese Grand Prix is over. Kimi Antonelli is leading in points, ladies and gentlemen. It's exciting, but the main, what I really want to talk to, what I really want to bring up and talk to everybody about is not Kimi, at least right now. I want to talk to everybody, of course, about Max Verstappen. So, apparently, the FIA had a meeting with the drivers. They had a drivers' meeting with the FIA, and apparently, Max Verstappen voiced some of his opinions. If you guys are paying attention, Max has a lot of negative opinions about the new engine regulations. He has a lot to say about them, but it should be said that Max is not the only one. Max is not the only one. A lot of drivers have voiced their opinions and their concerns about the dangers, the potential dangers of the new engine regulations. I do just want to say that Max and his opinions seem to be less like danger centric than they are like personal. Max makes things sound much more personal. He's not having fun driving these cars. He does not like these cars. He doesn't like how the cars drive. His opinions are very much that these cars are going to ruin F1 and that this is they're much more personal based than just danger and safety. Um So Max doesn't like the cars. In case you guys have been living in a box and you guys have not been paying attention to this season, Max is very upset about the new formula regulations, and there's a lot of talk that he wants to leave the sport and that he might leave. Okay, let me first start by giving my take on this. Max sounds like a golden boy. Like Max sounds like this is Max really sounds like Red Bull and everybody telling him like you're the fastest driver on the planet, Max. There's nobody faster than you. Sounds like it's getting to his head and it's bleeding over into what he thinks his value to the sport is. Max is making it sound like he's essentially threatening to leave the sport if the regulations don't change, which I got to tell you sounds very pretentious to me. And I got to tell you, like I'm a Max fan. I think Max is incredible, but it does sound extremely pretentious to me that Max thinks he can essentially threaten the FIA and say, "Well, I'll just leave. I'll just leave. I don't like these engines. This is not the core of F1. This is not what the sport is about. So I'll just leave." And I gotta tell you, if I was the FIA, I'd be like, "Go ahead, bud. Where you gonna go? Where you gonna go?" Now, that being said, Toto Wolff has to be licking his lips. Licking his lips. hearing Max talk about this. Toto has to be hearing Max say this, and every time he hears Max complain about this, like Max is just getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, cheaper and cheaper. Toto and IndyCar, and really any other series. GT3, he's talked about driving GT3. All these other series that Max apparently wants to drive for. They all have to be hearing Max say this and be thinking, this is great for us. If Max came over, can you imagine, guys, can you imagine if Max went to IndyCar? How many eyes Max would bring over to IndyCar? I mean, Max could do so much for all of the, not just IndyCar, but all of these other sports. Max could do so much for their viewership by leaving. But Max wants the championship and he wants it at Formula, I think. I still truly believe that. And I have to imagine Toto is promising Max the world behind the scenes. I have to imagine that Toto is promising Max the world behind the scenes. And who knows? We have no idea what we're gonna get. But anyways, there's a lot of drama going on in the world of F1 right now. Um, there are no races this month due to the war. All of the Middle Eastern races have been canceled. So we have no races, but of course, Mother Formula provides. There's plenty of drama and things to talk about, even despite there not being any races. I can't help but wonder. So, okay, let's side, let's pivot a little bit. I cannot help but wonder what Lewis is thinking right now. I mean, all of the points this season have been scored by Mercedes. I cannot help but wonder if Lewis is thinking, man, I should have stayed. Man, I should have stayed in Mercedes, and then where would he be right now? If he had stayed in Mercedes, where would Lewis be right now? If Kimi's leading the championship right now. I don't know. It's tough, and Lewis is looking good so far. I actually don't know points wise if he's beating Charles right now, but he's clearly very fast this season. So I can't help but wonder what Lewis is thinking for the season. Hopefully he's locked in. I want to see Ferrari. I want to see Ferrari in it. There's a lot to talk about with McLaren. I plan on talking about them. There's a lot to talk about. I just wanted to cover Max and the regulations, the new regulations, and the fact that Max is upset and he's very vocal about potentially leaving, um, potentially leaving the sport, which I don't even really want to entertain because I personally think that it's a bluff. Where are you gonna go, Max? I mean, he can go anywhere realistically, but like we all know Max is gonna leave and he's gonna immediately regret leaving. I think that's probably how it goes down. But I mean, let's entertain it. Let's entertain it real quick. What does Red Bull do? What does Red Bull do? If Max leaves, what happens? Isaac's number one? Who does Red Bull get? Who does Red Bull pick up? I hadn't even before I even launch this video, before I even press record on this video, I probably should have thought about this. Who does Red Bull, if Max leaves, what does Red Bull do? Who do they get? I mean, they're under drivers. Um, Liam, they already tried him. I'm trying to think of like who are lead drivers that Red Bull could pull in. I mean, they could get a lot of people. They can get whoever they want, probably. They can probably entice a lot of people to come in. Who do they get? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna stop wasting time speculating because I'm drawing blanks. But if any of you guys have anything to say, if any of you guys have any ideas of who Red Bull might get, or just opinions of Max and this whole Max not driving for Formula debacle, let me know. Let me know if you guys think I'm wrong as well. Love you guys. All love. We're gonna get through this month together. Okay, Formula's coming back. Peace in the Middle East. Love you guys. Bye.